The more water you have in the pour, the easier it is to work with. Okay, you get less honeycomb, so on and so forth, but the strength of the concrete isn't to the max of strength.
Artistic landscaping will bring your beautiful dreams to life.
Okay, so we're going to be putting the heated cabling in the driveway here, making sure all the electrical is incorporated properly, and making sure it's all fitting. Alright, making sure all the long runs run straight to the panel, and the short runs are linked in as well. We got a bunch of grading and stuff to do. We're working on multitasking. I would like to put a slurry of concrete over top of all of the electrical lines afterwards, and also we're going to level the sidewalk. In a few minutes, you're going to see when we start discharging the concrete, it's going to be wet, so it's going to want to run, okay? But just like when you cut yourself with a knife or something like that, you know, your blood kind of coagulates and then stops running, or at least it's supposed to. Okay, it's the same thing with concrete. Once the air hits the concrete and the water starts to seep away from it, the water goes into the ground, and then the concrete actually starts to coagulate a little bit and slow down from running. So ultimately, we can add water and take away water on how thick we want the concrete. The less water there is in the concrete in a pour, generally the stronger the concrete ends up being. The more water you have in the pour, the easier it is to work with. Okay, you get less honeycomb, so on and so forth, but the strength of the concrete isn't to the max of strength. I mean, we're splitting hairs here right now. All we're using this for is just a base to be able to drive on, to put the proper bricks on and stuff like that. So we're not after construction bridge concrete grade. We're just after making sure that it's strong enough. However, in saying that, we ordered extra strength concrete because we're pouring it thin. We do want to have some durability. Stop. Oh, good, if we had the right cement. They didn't bring us pea stone, and they didn't bring extra sand mix, so now the cement's a little thick. It makes it hard. It's a good thing we're putting another membrane of sand on top of here. You know, it's not good. It's nice to have it all encased with soft pea stone. You know, it gets around everything really nicely. It makes more strength for the pipe. It's also a lot easier to work with, you know? So I don't know exactly what happened today, but you know how it is. Culvert over there, yeah. Okay. Whoa! Whoa! We got a slurry coat of cement on here. It's going to take roughly 24 hours to dry really hard, but we're going to probably be on it in the next like 4 or 5 hours. All right, grade it all nicely. Make sure no green cables are sticking up. If so, we'll spray paint them orange so we know what we're doing with it. Very happy the way things went. We didn't have exactly the same concrete that I was hoping for, but it still went very well. All right, we got a couple little areas right now that we're just tamping, making sure things are in good order. The concrete right now has stones in it mixed with Portland, so we want to make sure those stones are flat So we're going to tamp it probably later on with a little slurry of sand on there, and then we'll be ready to start grading for bricks.